What up though? Black KC Crypto and this cash coin currency where we trying to get more cash, more coin, more currency. What kind of currency? We're gonna get back to the cryptocurrency today. I'm gonna look at Bitcoin and a host of others, including you know what it is, HEX, gonna be LAKC Crypto on YouTube. You can check out more if you don't know already. And to get things started off, I want to look at the DXY. That's the US dollar overall. Now I had this drawn up, and this is a 15-minute chart, so I want to move to a daily. But you can see it already had the move that we thought it would make, come back to retest this breakout. And this is the dollar, the value, the dollar index. That's what they call it. So you can see we had this move and it had a breakout of this triangle, a breakout, and now we're testing this top support. And so we see here another test. So if it doesn't break, and I drew that red circle to say that was a target area, but as you can see, we tapped into that area and then we had a huge green candle out of it. So I'm thinking that this is going to be a continuation to find a new high. From this triangle here, we can see the expected move. Let me track this down a little bit. Uh, just my prediction that we move up and then test this triangle here and find a floor somewhere up here at the 109 range. So that's what I'm seeing on DXY, the dollar. And with the dollar, where it's like an inverse relationship, wherever it goes, the stock market or the overall stock market goes. And I'm just going to look up SPY and just kind of see what that one is doing. Let's get a confirmation to see it from multiple sources. Just so you know, you don't want to go off one thing and say that's what it is. You know, you want to confirm what we're looking at here. This is still the daily chart. And as you can see, as we're seeing the dollar getting ready to gain strength, uh, here we have the stock market, the SP 500. It looks like it wants to come down to this moving average, but I think it's going to shoot way down there. I have this green circle drawn up down here around 360. So I don't doubt that it will come back here. This is a previous support down at this level here around 370. So it may come back to test that support if this is a true breakout. And like I said, it broke out of this resistance. So, you know, traditionally, the price wants to come back and retest that breakout line. So if we extend out, you know, even if it was still in a bullish scenario, it still will come back to test that area of 371. But I don't think it's going to hold. I think it's going to probably break through and come and test this 320 level maybe. So not looking good for the overall stock market. And it's kind of a correlated relationship when you talk about crypto and Bitcoin. Looking at Bitcoin, it's having kind of the same move. You know, it had a breakout, then it retested that breakout and fell to the downside. And here, this traditional head and shoulders, and I feel really childish doing this, but every time I see it, I just want to draw the monsters on the chart, and that's usually a bad sign because they come in sets of three. And if you get too caught up in this down wave, you can see a lot of them. Let me get rid of that. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of everything. So now that we see what's happened, let's try to see if we can plan a move to see what's to come. So we see we have this big break, and this was the trend line here. I want to show that uptrend that was invalidated. So you can see it got broken here. And if I extend it out, you can see we fell through the trend. It came back and retested and couldn't get back up. So this is a downtrend now. And it's more of a continuation because it's been a downtrend for the foreseeable future, or recent history, recent memory, and for the foreseeable future. So this downtrend that I want to draw is this hard line of resistance right here that has been just knocking price back down every single time. And I want to get rid of this because we know that the trend has been broken. And so you see, came here, got rejected, came here, rejected, rejected, and now this time it failed to even come back to that resistance line. So um, probably a really hard, I don't know, maybe some a pump here to get back to this line, but I think it'll be another rejection here. So let me see if we can see where this price may stop falling. It's been on this upper trend, so you can probably expect price to come on down to tap this 2000 level, maybe get another pump, fake pump up to about 22, 23, and then fall out of this wedge to first, because this is a really long pause, really strong line of resistance there. So some other coins, same thing with Ethereum. I say same thing, assuming, but I see all the selling that's been going on here. This is Dex Screener. If you want to keep up with some of the cryptos, they do all the online trading and they keep track of it, so you can get an accurate picture, and you can see here ETH invalidated this uptrend 2 red days in a row, probably coming to test this and even lower levels. And I have this purple line drawn right here, so uh, I feel obligated to go ahead and draw that just to say, okay, price, you can come jump in my bucket. So I think price will come back and retest that line there. Where we have this, I want to use a fancy word, confluence. Oh my gosh, you serious? Where these lines come together, there's usually some action. Either it's going to be a bounce here or a rejection on the downside of that. So maybe Ethereum can come down to this 1,128 level and have a nice, same thing as Bitcoin. And I want to show you that same line of resistance that it's probably facing. So we see you have this overhead looming, and just if I can, well, yeah, the most lines is the best line. So you see, you had a hard rejection here. Maybe get a bounce here back to 13, and then it gives way to some of this support. There's support here at 900, support at 800, and even more support here at 650. So not the end of the world, but still looking pretty bad for crypto. For most cryptos, you see you have a few here that are green, and all of these are in the Hex ecosystem. Hex, which is a blockchain CD, is pushing towards 4.5 cents. It's had a huge correction, but a different story than we've seen with Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's kind of on its own schedule. As you can see, it looks a little different, and this is how a traditional cup and handle formation we see forming here, and that's really bullish. I want to show you what the history is. Go to the daily chart. On the daily, we want to take that down a little bit, and a huge move off the moving average, and you definitely want to pay attention to that moving average when price is above it, because when it comes down, it usually is a nice move to the upside, and when it's below it, it's usually a rejection. So that's just a simple indicator that I like to use to help me keep track of expected price moves. But a problem I'm having is we still haven't broken this neckline here. But I'm looking at this as sort of a bullish sign. You keep tapping this resistance. This one time didn't get through, and when it finally does break through, there's going to be so much momentum to the upside. I think we'll at least get up to maybe 6 cents. Let's see. Let's not guesstimate. Let's see what we're expecting here. So we've had this rising floor. So you can see this. The buyers are getting a worse price every day, and the sellers are, you can see it's a bearish sentiment. They're expecting price to go lower. So every time price comes to a certain level, they're selling to get maximum value. But it comes to a point that they say, okay, well, let's see how high they want to push this thing before we sell. So here down is 4.5 cents. If I measure this move that it's made already, and let's just come in a little bit. So we've already come from, where did we touch this line here? So from 3 cents to 4 cent, from the point of breakout, we can expect at least a 5.8. And then that's about the same level here that we had this resistance at. It might hold, it may break out and then come back to retest this line here at 4.4. And then you can go off to the races. So it's really looking bullish for Hex, and then some other coins in the ecosystem. Maxi. Now this is a coin that it's like staking Hex, but you can have it in a liquid form. They had a phase where you could send Hex to the contract on a 1-to-1 ratio. So for every Hex you sent, you received a Maxi token. And as you can see, the price is a premium. Right now it's about 2-to-1, about 4.5 cents for Hex and about 8.5 cents for Maxi. Not quite, but you can just see that correlation. And the thing with Maxi, if you hold on to it for the full term of that contract, then you exchange that Maxi that you hold for all of the rewards, which is the Hex that you put in and the rewards that it's earned over that span. But it's having really good price action because it is closely correlated to Hex. And so, yeah, really good. Hedron as well. Those who have Hex that is staked get a chance to mint Hedron. You can also do HSI stakes where you mint Hedron and get into the ecosystem if you want more information. But you can see this breakout here and confirmation. And Hedron look like it be ready to make a move as well. So looking really good for the entire ecosystem. And post Doge, this coin was just given to people who held Hex and staked their Hex. So this has had really good price action. It's reached price discovery right now. You see most coins have this huge sell off at initial, but it's a lot of holders here, and so this price is just seeing exponential growth, and we're pushing towards the top. If you can get it anything under 390, if you can get three anything, it might be a good buy. But this thing look like it's ready to blow actually, and that's what I got for you. Some other coins in crypto you might want to check out. Cult. It's having a pullback, and it's already had a huge run. It's had two good runs, so you might want to buy this one when it hits the floor and start to accumulate for the bull run. It has a lot of upside. I like to say that some of these coins are coming to reach the old all-time highs. Here you can see this correction. I'm expecting it to come back and retest this. Maybe not that low. Maybe this all-time high. Maybe the buyers won't let you get a better price than that. 1.3. So that's where I'll set a buy-in, maybe possibly before this thing can kind of, or it could come back to retrace, but I don't think so. I think that floor is going to keep rising. And yeah, that's what I got for you there. BLAKCINC, Cash Coin Currency, because cash rule everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bills, y'all. We out. Thanks for watching. See you next time.